All right. What's going on, everybody? I'm back. I'm streaming at a earlier time today. I know it's not really at 9, but planning on doing some stuff tonight. Spend more time with family, and want to play a bit of ESO when the kids go to bed. So yeah, I just decided we'll just do things a bit earlier today. I know I was probably going to do this, essentially I was going to do this Friday. That didn't happen. And then Saturday I was thinking about it, and that didn't happen. I just didn't have like a lot of the motivation, the energy to, do it. I was wanting to just kind of do some other things with my wife, and kind of just have a relaxed day. Then play some games with the kids. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have like the normal people here tonight. Or today. So for those watching later, apologies for not, starting at the usual time. But you definitely know that you can, watch this and catch up for the next session. But yeah, today we're gonna be developing a tribute page. So for the project, for the certification project, it doesn't look like it has to be like extremely extravagant or anything. It just it looks like a lot of it's the HTML, and the same thing that we did the last time, where we have to add CSS to our project manually. So it's not a huge deal. Doesn't look like they're wanting a navigation bar either, but yeah, I don't know if we really need to do like, I don't know what all we would need to put in here. But I guess it just depends on the size. Like if things are just kind of, if we start adding like, a bio, add pictures, sites, that sort of stuff, we could do that. And then that would probably call for a navigation bar. But yeah, I mean, if it's just like just adding pictures, I mean, it's just like a small, I don't know, if it's just like a small like single page without really any scrolling, then I mean there really isn't a point to add a huge navigation bar. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and see where we go with this. So we'll probably wait just a few more minutes, see who all decides to show up. Hope all of you have had a good weekend so far. Yeah. One of my kids hasn't been feeling too good. So she might have strep. So taking her to the doctor. Gonna take her to the doctor tomorrow. So hopefully hopefully she starts getting better here soon. But you know, a lot of the bed rest. Yeah, she was spending time with her grandparents, and I guess she just ended up getting just kind of a little bit sick. So wife is grabbing her, and she'll definitely be getting bed rest. You know, the soup treatment. You know, controlling her cough. So yeah, that's also another reason why I'm starting this a bit earlier, so make sure to be able to take care of her. So yeah. So I think waited long enough on this. We'll just go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's bring this over. So, as some of you have already seen, I don't know if that had shown already, but we have to make our tribute page, and we are making it. I decided on the great Jason David Frank. So, a lot of you guys have already known that Jason unfortunately took his own life recently, and you know, Jason was a big influence to like my childhood and a lot of, you know, the 90s kids out there and even, you know, older, and just a great spirit, you know. And so I figured, you know, since we have to make a tribute page, it would be best to make something for him. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. This is just kind of one of those celebrity deaths that really just kind of got to me. Just because, like, you know, not only, like, I've had a lot of friends that do keep up with him, and you know, I have as well with his like latest projects, which the White Dragon, his latest project, like his baby that he was working on before he, you know, parted. I can't remember the release date. But it looks like the main character is like a it looks like the main character is kind of like another Power Ranger. It's Legend of the White Dragon, and it should be coming out in 2023. So be on the lookout for that. He worked, you know, really hard on this, and you know, this would be obviously his last film that he'd be doing. So anyone who is fans of the Power Ranger series, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, you know, you guys should go out and see that movie, because I think, you know, he would greatly appreciate it. I know he would greatly appreciate it, and, you know, I think it's going to be amazing. So, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do Jason for our tribute. So I'll throw that over here on my other screen. I tell it? Okay. Okay, and now get rid of all of the rest of the distracting stuff. So yeah, so first things first, we need to make our boiler. So doc type, oh, don't forget the exclamation point. So doc type HTML, then we have the HTML, then we have our head. Oh, oops. We have our head. Then we have the body. Okay. And you know, we have to have a few things here. So obviously the first is our title. So Jason David Frank tribute page. Okay, so that's our title. Make the meta tag with a char set UTF-8. For some reason, whenever I just start doing this, like, my typing just goes right in the shitter. So lang, en. So need to make our meta name. Need to make the viewport. So viewport, and then content. It'd be width equals device width initial scale equals 1.0. Okay, and then self-close that. Okay, and then we have another meta tag for name. It's going to be description. And then the content will be a tribute page for the amazing Jason David Frank. The green and white Power Ranger. Okay. So, alright. Got the initial setup going. We're good. Why is it doing that? Title. Oh. Okay. I didn't close it. That would definitely help. Okay. So, there's that. Alright. So, first things first, we need a main tag with an ID of main. So, main. Okay. See an element with an ID of title which contains a string text that describes the subject of the tribute page. Okay, so H1, which would have an ID of title. Okay, and then Jason David Frank. H1. Okay. So now we got the ID with title. Now you should see a figure or div element with an ID of image div. see an image element with the corresponding ID image. So, figure. Then image div. Okay. Okay, ID image. So, an image element with source of. All right, so I'm going to use. You know, doing this is just, it's a little rough. Image, your ID, then tab. Hey, Dominic. Thanks for joining the chat. So your image, take your ID. Yeah. Oh, you're right. I didn't put the ID in there. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I probably would have figured it out at some point, but appreciate that. Well, I haven't really gotten too far in all these, so I'm still just kind of. We just started not too long ago. Okay, so I'm gonna get the image address, throw this in here. Shortcut to create HTML. Oh. So, well, hold on. So let me look at this real quick. So, you have an image dot. We're trying to understand your class. With class, right? I know it's with class and IDs. So your markup dot your class. So like, is it the image dot and then this? Because that wouldn't work. Or image dot. Yeah, I'm trying to understand. Like what, I know it's an accessor is what it's looking like. Well, maybe I don't know if it's a shortcut that works within this this text editor. I mean, it might work in like I feel like that might work in whatchamacallit. That might work in a Visual Studio. Yeah, it's not VS Code. We're in a FreeCodeCamp. You're okay. I was sitting here and I was like, I don't think those shortcuts work in this. You're all right. It's okay. I was definitely confused. In the head, we want to also make sure to link um, our style sheet. So create that right here, and then styles.css. There we go. Just getting certificates. Just building upon resume. And just for fun. And I've described, I guess, more of it in like previous sessions. But yeah, it's, just to develop more of my skill sets. Go through and yeah, I already know a decent bit. I just, doesn't help to learn additional stuff and work with the community. Exactly. And hopefully everyone else that's following along will be able to learn something along the way as well, so that'd be great. Okay, so there's that. Alright, so obviously we're gonna have to condense this, but for right now we will, because we'll put that in the style sheet, and then an alt. We'll say header, yeah, no. Image of Jason David Frank. Okay. There we go. And then I gotta figure out fig caption. That's what it is. Okay. That's what I thought. And then within here, we put a fig caption. And we have to give it the ID of image caption. I'll probably have to move this again. Move this over here. Okay. So that way it's kind of out of the way of everything. Sorta. Alright, so we have this fig caption. Yeah, we actually just did accessibility. Went over the accessibility section, so you're absolutely right. More for us, yeah, screen readers. Have you done FreeCodeCamp before? If you haven't, it's a great tool or a great site. Yep, and what is it? Yeah, it's for web crawlers and stuff. SAP? What is it called? Is it? Is it like SAP? I know we did this. My brain is just racked right now. Search engine. Oh, SEO. Search engine optimization. There you go. I had to I had to think about that for a second. Okay, so the caption will be the late amazing Jason David Frank looking. Okay, the amazing Jason David Frank. And then you know, it's rough. Like doing this, you know, just knowing like how. Like, he just seems so full of life, and you know that. And sometimes, you know, that's just people go through a lot of rough things, and you know, sometimes it's just too much. Well, that's our fig caption. Let's see where that's at. There we go. It's right here at the bottom. And we will put that in the center. Okay. And see the element with the corresponding ID tribute info, which contains describing the subject of the tribute page. Okay, so this is the figure, and then we'll. I know, and I'm gonna do that in the style page. I'm just doing the main HTML right now, and then keeping all of our stuff separate on the side. But yeah, we could add the inline style elements, but want to try to emphasize, you know, keeping most of your styles in a separate sheet if you can. Okay, so we can do. Is it section or is it in? So I'll put section elements. Oh, thanks, Greg, for the follow. Appreciate that. All right. So we can do, well, in here, article. And then add the P element. ID with a attribute info. Well, actually, I could just do it in here because it'll all be in this right here. The ID. Okay. Yeah, I don't want a tab. I just want to space that. Alright, so let's put this in. Let's put the about from Wikipedia. And we will add the italics. Well, I bet, no, I could add that within the tribute info section, so I really don't need to add that. See if you guys didn't know, Wikipedia is accepting donations. So yeah, he did Bat in the Sun. He did the Legend of the White Dragon that's coming out. He did Fighting in Martial Arts. So we can, you know, what would I? So we can do this. We can take this. And we can put this in the paragraph section. This is straight from Wikipedia. So we'll add a P here. We'll add another paragraph in here. Well, actually, this is from IDBM. And these will be P. I'll have to add a few things in here just to know reference it points where all the material came from, because obviously I don't want to not give credit where credit's due. Working on a project right now for one of these certificate, to get one of the certificates for this page, or for this site. This is one of the projects with requirements. So there we go, and there's the paragraph right there. So I want to make this, okay, with quotes. Okay. Is there a whatchamacallit? Like you can make a class, like is there a CSS function to wrap all like to select like make a selector for paragraph elements and add quotes to them. Well, I guess maybe probably not. I just have to add italics for a font style. Wait, what? Say what? Oh yeah. Okay, give me a second. I'll make something. Alright. Yeah. Daughter's hungry, so probably go and make her something real quick. So, okay. So I think, let me at least get this HTML kind of set up. I don't think we have much left. See an element with a corresponding attribute link, which links to an outside site that contains additional information about the subject attribute page. I could make another section. Max width and height probably to resize responsively. Okay, so yeah, I'll just have to make another section. And I'll have to make a href. And I'll have to find some links. Alright, so we will make an h2 element that's that for links to so I could do h2 Okay. So there's that. And then links to learn more. Okay. More, and then so now the rest. Okay, and we have to make sure that we add a target to open in a new window. All right, to resize responsively and center with its parent element. Okay. So, alright, this is almost done. We'll have to find some links as well. And to do this, we'll have to do, I would say, an unordered list. And then put, no. List element, okay. Oh no. And I will say we could use a few links in here. I'm just going to start with 3. Okay, so we have 3 right there. And I will give this this section actually I will make it this section because this section is actually the tribute info, and then this next section would be ID would be links, tribute links. There we go. Okay. Alright. So I think we're kind of good there. And then we'll add the links here. So X for the lists. This one here and here. Okay, so let's find a few links real quick on what we're wanting to. Let's find so here we go. We'll do this one, which was the official fan page of where all of his fans post. Looks like they held a 15-minute I don't know, like a speech for him on that page. So if you want to go and take a look at that, you can. I think he had a few. So Jason David Frank also had a YouTube channel, so you can see like kind of his past projects or some of the things that he was working on, and kind of like some things about his life. So we'll put that in the second link right here. So page. All right. And think he had like maybe I can add some. Maybe I can add a thing for videos, just to show some videos of what he had done. I wonder if I could do that in the about, like in here, just add kind of like a, like within here, it'd probably be good to add like some pictures on like that of some floats. Add them inside there as well. Okay, so I can put this in here. In between here, we can do image ID. Maybe I can make a class for this as well. That I can make well, we're not using like any we're not using any what is it? We're not using Bootstrap right now, so we can use the thumbnail class in here. So mind you, if we were to use like a thumbnail class, it would actually look like an actual like whole thumbnail, like if we were using Bootstrap. That's what it was. So that way we can make it certain for all these like thumbnails, we make it actually like certain widths. The ID will be description image 1. Okay. Ranks cares appearance. Recently had a cameo in the Power Rangers movie. Screen presence. Okay. So we'll also add another image. So, well, before we do that, I'm going to do the source and put in one. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but it keeps me from being bored on one thing. So, oh, you already have a snack? Okay. We'll probably have to grab something here soon.
What are you doing?
Streaming?
Are you filming on YouTube?
Twitch.
We can see your things.
If she wanted to, yeah.
I would.
Well, hopefully you wouldn't think it's boring.
Oh, this fly is trying to bug me right here. This bug is trying to bug me.
Yeah. Okay, so need to add an image, probably of. There we go. we'll do this one right here.
What's that?
Say what?
What's that?
It's one of the Power Rangers.
But why are you doing that?
It's for a project I'm working on.
What project are you right now?
I have to make a page
Page what?
for a web page, like websites.
Wait, so you're making Power Ranger one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's way too long. I do not want to put that all in there.
Are you showing me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they think this is a green screen?
No.
What do they think in this?
Oh, it's just a backdrop.
Wait, when you're filming, this is green?
Yep.
Oh, crap.
Careful.
Wait, so,
All right.
so when you're filming, this is green?
No.
So,
I'll show you here in a little while. Okay. Yeah. For family privacy, I don't feel like putting the rest of my family members on. I know, like, a lot of parents and that stuff might be comfortable with that, but not to what was that? Oh. Yeah. Oops. Don't want people just jumping in. Okay. But yeah, that was one of my daughters. I think when she gets older, she wants to be stream and do that sort of stuff. I think they just think it's pretty cool, which it is. But I think they still have to get some awareness of the internet. Okay, so script image 2. Okay, I still gotta find this source, and I'll do an alt here. Okay. So I gotta put one right here, one right here. Oh, that's why, because I put it on YouTube. That's why I couldn't find decent pictures. Here we go. Image address. Throw it in here. So, it can work. You get this from Google, but like, I don't want that huge, entire thing. I just want the image address, like the smaller version. I think it just goes through. There we go. That'll work. So, image of Jason in Green Ranger costume. Okay. So there's one image right there, our head image, and And then you have image here, and then we'll put another image right here with address. And then you have I don't think that would be appropriate here. We'll just abbreviate that. There we go. I will say this. I'll put this here. Okay. So we got most of these things going. Image, okay. So I think we did all right. Well, now we'll have to use the styles and target the things that we need. So, I do want to add, there's the thumbnail, but I also want to add the float right class. Well, I think this will be a float left. And then up here will be a float right. And then we'll do a float right on this one as well. Okay, so float left, float right. What is this? Okay. Yeah. And then we have this one right here. So, actually, while I'm doing this, I probably should add these on here. So, I'll add the thumbnail so I don't forget that. We'll do the float right. This is a good thing to do. Float left. Okay. What else? Do we have any more? Okay, so those are all the classes. I want to just at least make sure we have all the classes here. And then we'll add the so we need to do, for this, we need the image, because that's what it wants. We'll need to add the, what else are we adding? So we have the image. We also need the script, image 1, image 2, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if we actually need the IDs for these ones, just for the fact that we already have the thumbnail. So I'm not really sure what exactly we would need for these. But we can't keep them, just for the fact if we ever do need them. It's good to still at least have a ID for that. Yep. Okay. So we need another link. So we have his Facebook, we have his YouTube. Oh. Where is his link to his Rising Sun Karate? Which is still staying open. So we'll add this on there. We'll add that into the hyperreference. Okay. And then we will add the Rising Sun Karate web site. Karate school website. There we go. And then, so we have we have that, and then we are going to add a footer. Okay. Oh, we also need the we have the image. We have the image div. What else do we have? The title. Okay. Okay. I think we're I don't think we need to do the image caption, because we'll already do that. We don't really need that, because we can just do this. And then just the, well, I guess it don't matter. We'll just do the image, heck with it. Because you could just add it onto here. So yeah. Let's just go ahead and save that. So in here at the bottom, in the footer section, we can add well, I wouldn't want the address. Well, there we go. And our creation. Alright. So we have that. We have this in here. So we have the main. Now, what if I did the header? Okay. So I think, wait, your image should use max width and height properties to resize responsibly. So we can take this away and just start adding this. So the image, we need to add a max. So the width will be 100%. The max width should only be maybe 500 pixels. Okay. To open a new tab, resize responsibly relative to the width of its parent element. Without exceeding its original size. REM? No. Yeah, no, I don't want that. Why was it? Okay, so I do not need that to be that big. Not great. To resize responsibly to the width. Oh. So how big do we want the max width of this to be then for the main? So be no. So I think that would be okay. Like, I think that's a average thing. So I think that should be okay. I need a min width to be 300, so it's not like, there we go, that'd be fine. Okay, so margin is 0 and auto. So hopefully this stays in the middle. There we go. Okay, so we have that. All right. Min width would be 300. Max should be like 800 pixels. Yeah. Okay, so height. Yikes. I don't think it needs a height. It's gonna have probably should all be descendants of Maine. Okay. So I guess we don't need the header. heck is this header? Oh, obviously it's not going to be all the way down here. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this again. Great. It all okay. So I guess I have to really the pickiness. So let's just, I guess, figure this out. It needs to have this, I guess. What in the heck? There we go. Guess there's no sections. brakes onto this. There we go. So now it looks better. Definitely gonna have to add some brakes to this. What is this? Add a brake to this. Add a brake to this. See, I mean, you could easily do this with paragraphs, but what are you talking about? These are wait, descendants. Maybe I did something wrong. The image div. Div, I did that image. Image caption. Tribute info. Wait. Hold on. Ugh. You know what? I'm redoing that. I'm redoing everything that I just did. Because I've realized my mistake. And I did all of that pretty much for nothing. Just to find out, like, these are all descendants. If it's within the main tag, they are descendants. Okay. The only thing that I got wrong was I put I put links instead of link. If I could have cut that out, I would have. And I apologize for having you guys just kind of sit there and watch me screw that up. But this, I guess this is all about how you learn. You just have to should have an A element with an ID of tribute links. I'll just put a ID in this. Gosh dang it. A ID tribute link. Now I know some of these probably are not just gonna make sense, but I mean, alright, let's do tribute links. Yep, so we have the tribute links, but we're probably gonna have one for the unaware list. And then we're gonna have one for links for the unaware list and the links. Okay. And then we also obviously have one for a floater. Not floater, but footer. Okay. we're good. Okay, so minimum. You should have an. Alright, your image element should have a display of block. Okay, so I haven't gotten that far, but yeah. Okay. Have a max width of 100%. I had that. Centered with its parent. Okay, so here. Yeah, to do the block, we would need to do margin 0 auto, and that way it stays in the center. So your image should be centered with its parent. Margin is 0 auto.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Should be centered within its parent. Okay, so div would be margin. So auto. So that's centered. And then that doesn't make sense. Should be centered with the is. Like, I don't. What I'm doing wrong on that? Because on this image, I have the margin centered. Oh wait, hold on. I do need to add this back though. I need this to be text to be in text align center. Font style. There you go. Font size italic. Okay. I believe we should the H1, the title should be HTML font size 16. All right. REM. Okay. So we have that. So that should work. That's what it would look like right here. Okay. I wanna within its parent. This is supposed to be flex. That won't be it, right? Yeah, I knew that wouldn't. Okay. Because I was sitting there, I was like, that's not gonna look great. Oh, undo. Let's say 2.5 maybe. Also come within the it to be that. I would say height B. Height. And then obviously we'll have to do the colors. So let's make the body back round color. Yeah, we don't want that. Make the thumbnail. All right. Left. Okay, hold on. So you see how this is like this right here? So instead of doing that, we're gonna have to make a clear. So clear left, clear right. Oh. Oh, was okay. And the overflow hidden. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's do this. Overflow hidden. So that way. Damn. Overflow. So if we go out this way, wait. Oh. I see what's happening. Because this is in the main. should all still be in the main then. Damn it. Oh wait, 100, and then this thumbnail's supposed to be 50. Okay. We're gonna have to have a media, like after it gets to like right about, I would say, I say when it gets to 300 pixels. So with 300. But when it gets to, so this is, remember when we were doing the media and for the device width, well, we did the app media attribute for our selectors for accessibility, but we could do the app media for media only screen and max width is 300 pixels. And we will do the thumbnail. And we will put this in here. Because when we do that, we're now going to say, okay, when it reaches 300 pixels of width, we want to add a display block and margin 0 auto. So, okay. So there we go.
should have done that. Only screen and max width. EX. So I did the float right, and I cleared it. It's just overflowing. Why the hell is it? Hold on, I gotta. Tribute. Is it description? Tribute info. Tribute info. There we go. Although I will say the thumbnails should have a padding. 5 pixels margin. Maybe 5 pixels. Top around. width can be 100%, but I will say, so instead of that, if I target the sections and background white, oh, color white, okay. Pixels, 5 pixels. Okay, so now we have trivial remove hidden. Margin, let's do 5 pixels. So we can do this, 5 pixels. Actually, we can do this. I want all images, so sections, to have a padding and margin. There. In the main div, color white. Title, color, white. So we have this, okay. Okay, this is because for the thumbnail, our minimum width, so max width should be 300 pixels. Okay. Oh, dang it. And I don't want to scroll or anything. I just need... I would say max width would be 500. Okay. Oh man. And so we will do all the thumbnails with. Don't need that. So we don't need another margin on there. So I will say. Okay, so this is way off because it gets to this point and then it just starts going this way. Okay, so border border radius will be 5%. And then pixels. Actually, I want that to be all my images to have that. Well, actually, what if I did this? Instead of 10 pixels, I would do... So I can do that. Why is it that huge? Why does it want that max width to be 100%? I mean, that works. I would say, don't need that. I would say, dang. Can I add this to the paragraphs? Like, what would happen if I just... Yeah, maybe the first one. Nope. Be this one. Okay. So if I put this instead of there, I decided to just put it in here. Okay. And then I decided to put this one in here. And this one in here. Alright, hold on. Ugh. Oh, nope. Okay, I need to figure out something. I tell you, sometimes like it's not as easy as it looks. So how about I do okay. Okay, we're gonna use this. Now, for the remember how I made that body, the background green? Well, how about we do the color and it's a so we do background to bottom. This No, don't want to do that. FFF. Yes. Don't have to do this, but I will say about 50. I kind of want a so it does from top to bottom. I will make this background color. So color, white, background, color. There we go. Oh, I will say margin 0. What is this? Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah. So the footer. Bottom 0. can make it go. So instead of putting it here, that will, there, and then I'll put this. Okay. Oh. Thank you, Brent. Bremerani for the follow. I'm doing absolute best to do this. Yeah. So the title, it's the title doesn't seem like it's. Let's do a margin. Oh wait, I already. Wait, okay, so I can do a margin 0 auto, but a padding 5 pixels. Oh wait, no, that's the title, duh. I will say the title should have a margin top about 20 pixels. There you go. I've done what this image is a block displayed section display. Wait. These are blocks, right? Yeah. There we go. 20 pixels of padding. There we go. And I would say 10 For the... No, I don't want to do that. I would say, yeah, we need the padding. We would need... There we go. So everything's fitting inside here now. We would definitely need a... Where would I put the padding? Oh, for the... Wait a minute, did I... The footer's right here. Did I already make a footer? Oh, I did. So the footer is redundant. Don't need that. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm, can definitely say I'm trying my best on this. I'm hoping that, maybe I need to do the tribute info. The overflow is hidden, and the Ute info for the paragraph would be maybe a good margin. 10 pixels. Oh, oops. That. 10 pixels, top and bottom, left and right. Maybe that'll work as well. That way we have enough room for everything. So that way it doesn't go on the sides like over here or over here. So the images have their own padding. Wait, do they? Do the thumbnails have their own padding? Oh. So there we go. I would say we don't need any for the top and bottom, but for the left and right we do. Well, maybe 5 pixels for top and bottom. But yeah, we definitely need padding for the left and right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would need this to be centered. I just wish I could. Could I put? Would I put none in this? So wait a minute, this is there, but yet, oh, that's right, because the thumbnail has, no, 20 pixels left and right. What do I have for the main? The max width can only be 80%. Could I put 90? Okay, that might be better. No? Gosh damn it. So we have this. But we would need to get rid of these floats when it hits a certain like when it hits a certain size, because as you can see this, like when it hits this, like right here, it should stay in the middle. I don't know what size that would be, but I would say we can do this for the thumbnail. We can do it. We can put an at media screen only and what was it? Screen media screen X. Media. So I need these media queries. Media screen. Okay, and the max width would be 600 pixels. So if the max width is this, we can do the thumbnail or float right. Float right. At media screen and minimum width 600 pixels. We could add this. We can put these inside here for the float left and float right. And then so it goes here, it goes here. But yeah, there you go. Now it's 600. So I need to make this a little bit bigger. So when it hits, when the max media screen is, let's make it 750. Wait, no. 750 pixels. So we will do this. So then this float right won't be here, but it's only doing, so clear left, clear right, and then when it's under 750, we will make the thumbnails here. So we would still need to so if it's this right here, 300. so it's all aligned right. So we did this. But now I need to figure out, so the padding needs to be off. So this, and then the thumbnail padding. Wait, hold on. Minimum height, width. So have to be 300 pixels. Okay. So we did that, and if we took the padding off of this, then it would be in the center. There we go. Okay, so maybe we can add another media query that let's do this, at media screen and the we can take this, hold on, let's do this, thumbnail, we'll have a padding, take off the padding. Throw the padding in here. Now the padding will be 20 pixels for 750 above. Now when it goes below that, we're gonna have the max width be 750 pixels. So the thumbnail will only have padding 5 pixels and 0 top and bottom, 0 left and right. So now we have this, and then when it gets to a certain height, we now have a padding top and bottom. There we go. Maybe I can make this 10. So when it's condensed this way, like this, yeah, looks fine to me. Alright, so now, to finish it all up, I don't think we have enough text, honestly, to add this anyway. I could probably make 2 of them. I'll just put them side by side because we don't have, like I said, a whole lot of text. So, I can make this a float lift as well. And I can put this all so if I put this skydiving right here next to this, it should still keep the padding. Maybe I can float all of these right. Why don't I just do that? Float right. And then float right. Maybe I could do this. Okay, so I have to take these. And so I'll take these. And I'll put them right about figure, 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 oh wait, figure, and then make another figure. Figure. Okay, and then put the image in here. Okay, and then we'll do another figure where we will take this one. Yeah, we don't have really enough area. Put another figure in there. Take away this float right. Wait, right here. X. Figure. Okay, and then we have our last figure right here. Okay. Okay. And then take these float aside. Float right. So I could just go do this and have no figure take all of these figures. Oh my gosh. There we go. Take all of these. Why is it so hard? Figure. There we go. Take all these. And just put them the end here. Put this as another section, maybe. Or I can float these right. So, class float right. Figure. Float right. Float right. Oh wait, no. It goes right here. Okay. So we have these. Now, would this make a difference? We put these figures now in between where we want them. Last one. Figure right here. How do I quit? Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so do I have to clear the... Do I have to clear the bottom? Okay. There is so much white space. Okay, so we gotta make a rule here. If it's a I would say when it's above like screen, add screen minimum width. So at media screen and min width, it would be what is this? Is this 180 pixels? Right? Okay. And screen media, and then 1080 above that. We will make the I'll say minimum width is 750 and max width 1080 pixels. Oh, there's a gotta look at this max and min query. Power to vote. Oh, I have to do the and here. So, and. There we go. And now we will do margin, 0, auto, to keep it centered. Yes, oh my god, finally. That's what we needed. We really have to put a cap on this though. There's a... Do we even need this anymore now? If we take this padding? Because once we go to this, like to here, oh, I guess it works well. Okay. Wait. Okay. So now we're on the last bit. So here we'll do this as a display. First we'll get rid of the links right here to make the text decoration to none. Oh, there we go. Text decoration set to none. That would be a list style. So list style would be none. List style would be none. Text, yeah, okay. Text decoration will be none because we're going to get rid of maybe it's the border. List style will be none. Okay. Here, display flex. Justify content will be space in between. Wait, yeah. Space in between. No, space around. Center. So we'll align the vertically center, and then we will give these display blocks and margin 0. Be inline. No. Oh yeah. Display flex. Flex wrap Wrap. There we go. Okay. Content. Space. Space between. So now if it goes down, it'll go ahead and stay in the middle. Now we have these. And we can have padding for each one of them. So just click on align items center. Okay. Now for these, display blocks, padding will be 20 pixels. Do we want? I'll put 10 pixels. And then the padding, the width will be like 50 pixels or 50%, be 1.5 EM, REM. Damn. That would be the size. What about 50%? There we go. And then text. So we will align these centers, so margin would be 0, auto, damn, okay, hold on, content, what if I did center? Okay. So we did that. Okay, cool. More about JSON. Here we go. We will now do a main border. Give the main a border of 4 pixels, solid, green. There we go. Oh, geez, I didn't want it around that. No, how about we do X that out. Let's put it around the section. Ah, there we go. That's what I was saying. I was like, what? Okay. So, borders around these. Margin top between borders, we want at least 10 pixels. So there we go. On this goes. There we go. So we have done flex as well. So now you can do that. Now for the links, the LI with 50%. What if we did 100 again? Okay. So it's still okay. I mean, it still works. If I took away this. Link. Or the blocks. What would that... Would that just merge into each other? Okay, I guess that didn't even matter. Display flex, wrap. Just click on center. Margin. So here we are. Okay. And here we go. Okay. Why is that H2? Where's the H2? Text align center. So what am I missing here? Why is this not centered? Oh wait, hold on. What do I have right here? I can always undo it. But what is this going? Yeah, we want to keep that the way it is. So, I kind of am looking at the padding here, and I don't know if I want, maybe 10 would be okay. Okay, so that's set to auto, so it can't be. You know what? We'll just leave it at that for right now. Okay. So the links, that looks all good. This looks all right. I do need to figure out why though this oh wait, I already went. I want 5 pixels. There we go. I need to figure out though why this isn't. Oh, and I also have to give that title a margin top, not the title, but I need the figure caption. So I need to make that figure caption what is that? It is the image caption. Okay, so the image caption will be margin top will be 20 pixels. All right, there we go. And so we'll do actually this margin between all of these, and then 0 for left and right. So whenever it gets this big, we want to image div. Oh, it's the image div. I need. Oh, that's right. I need to put in margin. That's the title. Where's the image caption? Okay. And then I need the image div with the margin 10 pixels. What the hell? Okay, margin bottom be 50 pixels. Yep, need some good space between that. Oh, that's why. Why? I could do the background blend mode. Grant. Wait. You know what? I think that's good enough. I think we've already did enough already for this. Made a pretty decent page so far. And gonna touch this up because I really don't want this. I know what to do the max width. We have to have 100%, but it's like it's really huge. The image div. Okay, can I make this width to make it like 50%? Margin 0 auto. Put it in the middle. There we go. I'll make it 750. That's the max I'll go. All right, and that is a wrap. Okay, so I hope you guys were able to get a decent amount of experience on this. I had to look up a few things. It was not as straightforward as I wanted it to be, but you know what? It's all right. I'm just giving it a little bit more of a blend right here to give it like a little bit of a shadow to make it look better. That's all. I'm not like doing anything else. The spread is 5, but I also need, there we go. think that's good the way it is. I wish I could put all the, I wish I could put the main, like at least the main stuff. Like I wish I could give it like the background of, you know, like the background color of white, but oh, okay, that actually worked. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just change this, since that actually worked better than I thought it would. I am greatly surprised. I know we didn't change like the text color or anything, but I kind of I thought it was okay. Adding and then I have to change the caption because we changed that to white as well. The footer. There we go. Where's the freaking caption? I know. There we go. The image div. There we go. Okay. That's actually a lot better. I feel okay with that. Obviously, there's probably a lot more improvements that we can do, but you know, for right now, I think this will just have to. I think this will just do. I say that, and then I know it's like different. I notice things right there. There we go. That's better. Well, now that I'm looking right here, we have to actually do these real quick. Change the color of them. Attribute links. A. There we go. Got rid of the text decoration. Background color will be background cover will be this for buttons. Now that won't be that. That will the links. So we will have to do these. Color. Okay. A color will be white. And border radius 10 pixels. Okay. And then on hover, makes a hover. Let's make the text size 1 EM. Oh, font. Yeah. So what if I just do this? Yikes, don't want to go faster than that. Okay, so there we go. So now it makes a little visual visual representation, footer. And height will be center that vertically. There we go. And then there we go. officially done it. Alright. Sorry, there was just a few more things I had to do. Since you guys can't see it, I will show you. So these are the links right here, and then there's the footer. And then when we go over it, oh, I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, you can see the links right here. When you go over one, all the text, and then you have your footer here. So, I think we're good on that. And yeah, there is our finished project. I think we're good. So I'll go ahead and put that back down where it was. Save that. Alright, this is about a 4-hour project. This was not what I expecting how long it could be, but I mean, when you're editing and you're making adjustments, you know. Oh geez, crap. Okay. Oh man. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go on this one. F11. There we go. Alright. So now go back to the instructions. Everything is good. Your image should be centered within its parent. What do you mean? Main. After all that. I don't really understand, to be honest. Image, the margin is auto. Your image should be centered within its parent. Dude, someone has to tell me what. This was the same issue I was having at the beginning. Like, what is going on with this? Your image should be centered within its parent. I can't emphasize enough how much I did that. I did the margin on it. I displayed it as a block. Why in the world is it not passing? It's just one thing. This has a margin set to 0 and auto. That means it is centered both left and right. It should be right there. I am just trying to comprehend why. Image just. And if I do this, there's not really a noticeable difference, I guess. Oh, damn it. If I do this, it really shouldn't matter. See? Should have a display a block. Right, exactly. So there you go. We got the block, which will satisfy that requirement. But right here, image should be centered within its parent, but it is. It's literally right in the middle of the damn parent. Is there just something I'm not seeing? Hold on, let me do something real quick. Where is this image div border? 1 pixel. No, I'll do a 4 pixel. Solid 4 pixel solid. Okay. Okay, so that's fun. Should be centered. Okay. Wait a minute. Am I supposed to put image div? Am I supposed to put a fig caption after the? Wait. No. Gosh damn it! Where the fuck is it? Right here. Fig caption. Take this. Take that out. Is it supposed to go in here? Okay. And then within the image caption, so I should take the color. Well, no, I should just in the image caption. Where do I have image caption? Right here. Oh shoot. Text align center, font italic, color. So this is what I need right here. Take that. Actually, I should put the color back at least in here, but I should copy this, put it in here, there, and then I need to take out these because I don't need it, and then that should center it where it needs to be. So if I take out the border now, okay, so now that should do it. Hold on, I gotta send it. What? Oh my god. What's my... It is. It really is. And it's supposed to still be... supposed to be in here. I muffed that up again. I just don't get it. It's have everything right. Your image should be centered within its parent. Okay. you for showing me that I was right. It is. I don't get it. I don't understand. I probably need a hint. If it even allows a hint. No. It's not really a hint. Huh. I wish I could just call it done because it kind of is. I just don't know what it means by your image should be centered. Hold on. You should have an image element with an ID of image. Image element with an ID of image. So we can't go any further until we know exactly like what is causing this issue. You guys are... I mean, you guys are seeing this too, right? Because of that? Because I gave it a minimum width? We completed it. That's all that matters. I'll download the solution. I will have to go back into here. And so going into here, I'll have to... I can't believe that. I have to put that back in here for the minimum width, or else that's gonna look terrible. There we go. Alright. So I'll save that. Okay. And that needs to go into... Okay, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to throw that into the web projects. Okay, into my web projects, and then I'll go put down web. Div. Okay. Throw those in there. Alright, so that's done. First, I am so glad that worked. One little piece of syntax can muff up a whole entire thing. So, submit that. We're done. Okay, so the next thing we'll build later on, we will make out this balance sheet, and I'm not entirely sure what new things this is going for. So what is this going to show? So we did survey form and tribute, CSS pseudo selectors. Okay, so we'll be doing pseudo selectors next. Okay. Next time, we're not doing it now. Probably won't even be doing it tomorrow. But I would say plan maybe on Tuesday. But yeah, like to develop a website, it doesn't take a short amount of time. It does take some work to do it. But the thing is, we had to put some effort, like a lot of effort into that, because eventually we'll put it into VS Code, all these into VS Code, and then, shoot it up to GitHub, and then we'll be able to display, show how we can show our projects into that. But for right now, that's it. Yeah, that was a little irritating at some parts, and that's all part of programming. That's one thing you're gonna learn. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. I'm gonna get something to eat with my wife. Are you hungry? Oh, okay. So maybe. Alright, well, I will see you guys expecting on Tuesday. Have a good night.